Villainous beats, villainous beats, villainous beats. Villainous beats, villainous beats, villainous beats.
In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is Super Black.
Hello, everybody. You're probably wondering why I'm here tonight. We were supposed to be on break. Just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And they couldn't even get that right, let's see. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. It is your man on the wall, Chris Fury. How's it going, everybody? I hope everybody can hear me fine. Let me check my stuff real quick. But other than that, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I hope everybody's in place. I hope everybody's somewhat cooled off. Me being who I am cooled off, but I'm always ready for a battle. Thank you for tuning in. Blur's Eye View, special episode tonight before we officially come back with the season 10. We got comments is fire already. I love it. That's right. Yeah, no break. This is the way. It's like the X-Men in Batman. It's like we gotta. Gotham's always dirty. New York always needs to be protected. We are back for one special night only. Anyway, we're here to talk about Queen Gate. But before we get into that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for their support. If you're new here, Queen Jasmine, if you're new here, thank you for tuning in. You can show your love on the YouTube channel. You can also show your love on the IG channel, Blur's Eye View Podcast on Facebook. And yes, the last be the way. Yeah, it is what it is. But I want to thank our people coming in. I want to thank everybody that's watching. I want to thank everybody who's showing us love, who's been continuously showing us love. If you are here, you can also get some Otaku Noir merch. Go to otakunoir.com and put in your discount code Blur's Eye View to get you a nice little percentage off when you go to checkout. Get you some Blurred Blind Box mystery goodness. Trust me, no matter what kind of box you're getting for the month, you will not be disappointed because there is so many POC creative gems, gold, vibranium, whatever you want to call it, precious metals. That's in this box. You want to get some of that action. You want to tune in for that. You can also check us out on Always Press Record Television. You can always catch that on Roku and Amazon Fire. But before we get going, I want to bring some of the team in here. We got our resident horror writer for blursedeyeview.org, Geek by Heart in the building. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, Chris? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
All right. We got our Squared Ring King, the man who means what he says and says what he means, as long as you're not being a creep. The Black Spartan. What's going on?
What's going on? Or if you're not being petty, because if you are petty, I will be twice.
If you're not petty, then you are in the wrong show. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you're not petty, then you're probably not in the right camp. We take a certain level of petty. We take our petty on ice.
Actually, I treat my pay like a samurai sword, but it stays in the ready.
It's always something with us. It has to be.
Stored is ready.
The stays.
Oh, lady, you have my respect level so high right now.
It's one here, it's one sitting out here like.
Just
all she has to say is the word. As all she has to say. So yeah, we're doing good. It's my people, Circling Nerds. What's going on? Tommy and the crew over there, the people I started out with, who gave me my namesake due to my extensive knowledge. He's also part of the petty crew. He loves it. He's quick to set them in place. That's right. What's right? So what's going on? My man, Crazy at the Great. What's going on? Everybody's in the building. See, I told you, the people asking for us. They want to know. They want to know. They want to know. Petty, yes. They They want to know.
That's Kira coming up.
Yes.
Kira.
No, that's going to be Apothecary Kira.
Yeah, Apothecary Kira shows up. It's a good time. It's a good time when she shows up.
She's coming in with the photo finish. But other than Queen Gate, what's been going on? It's the talk of the town, I know.
It's the only thing we're talking about.
It's the
we're talking about.
So
it is. It. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead. You got it.
No, I was like, it is. I mean, I'm trying to find the positive. It's the positive we're trying to find out of this. It's just like
there's positives, just not out of that
yes.
particular situation, but there's definitely been some positives for that.
Okay,
just not that particular situation, and
right.
we're going to explain that particular situation as best as we can, because number one, we didn't hate on anybody. Who took that? We didn't hate. We didn't dislike. None of that. We enjoy these people. Let's put this on the board. We enjoy the people that won and everything else, except for everything on the Western Front. We don't know where the hell that came from.
What is this?
It's a historical drama. You already know it's gonna get its flowers somehow.
Yeah, I'm
starting to think that some people just have a fascination with Germans.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm starting to really think
when it comes to taking out Nazis, that's the positive. I'm just saying there's an upside to it, but you know,
I'm getting Red Dawn vibes. That's what I'm getting.
Wait, which version? The original or the remake?
Okay, let's talk about the remake. What are you talking about? You joking?
No one talks about
the remake. Is trash.
Okay, we will not talk about the remake. The remake was horrible.
Well, we know that. Could they do that again? I don't know. I don't think they should.
Ooh, Fox and Friends had fun with that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like Tommy said, they like Wolverines. Yes.
Yeah.
We're not talking the James Howlett version. But other than that, yes, we did it. We generally, the Blerd community doesn't really get into it. You know, we don't really watch the Oscars like that. We pay attention. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. So, and as I stated earlier, disclaimer: we are not hating on Jamie Lee Curtis. We actually like Jamie Lee Curtis. We're proud of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep. She has been an ally. She's been a consistent ally.
That's not our problem. But I came across a clip by the comedian Roy Wood Jr., who I'd love to get on the show if you're listening, Roy. You know, I'm gonna have to talk to Skip over at Blerd over because they both from Alabama, Birmingham.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, you know, go ahead, throw your boy a bone. But I'm gonna play this clip real quick.
Academy for sure. It's about 8,000 members, of which only 15% are people of color. Not black, people of color. Oh, and the Academy won't tell you who all the members are, and to get a shot at becoming a member, 2 members have to vouch for you, or you yourself have to be a nominee. And some of the members, they're stagnant. They haven't worked in the industry for years. Should they be voting? And the ones that are voting have also openly admitted that they're not even watching the films that they're voting on. So keep all of that in mind before you allow yourself to get completely infuriated. Director Gina Prince Bythewood's film, The Woman King, which grossed $100 million globally and got 94% score from Rotten Tomatoes, was shut out of all Academy nominations. In all categories, every category. Not best film, not best director, set design, best movie set in Africa, nothing. Not even anything for Viola Davis. And you can't tell me Viola didn't deserve a trophy. She was outside the whole movie. She was indoors one time, and that's when John Boyega let her come by the crib to take a bath. Now, in reaction to the lack of nominations, Bythewood said this to The Hollywood Reporter, quote, "The Woman King wasn't snubbed. A snub is if it missed out on a category or two. The film was not nominated for one single craft. It's not a snub. It's a reflection of where the Academy stands and the consistent chasm between Black excellence and recognition." So come Oscar Sunday, I'll be pulling for Angela Bassett and Brian Tyree Henry and Rihanna. But if they get snubbed, take solace in knowing that The Wire never won an Emmy and Beyonce still doesn't have a Grammy for Album of the Year. It's all kind of weird.
Now, that's just some words to kind of chew on. And kind of yeah. See, they already calling the people because they know we might like this one up.
Facts.
Dang, that was good timing. It was like
it was damn good time. So, and so, Lady Mandalore's in the building.
Hi.
oh,
Hi.
She's
Hi, boo.
this, I'm sorry.
How you doing, girl?
So, as I stated earlier, this was the disclaimer. We do not hate Jamie Lee Curtis. We are not hating on Jamie Lee Curtis. We actually enjoy her.
Facts. However,
we are mad at the people who run the Oscars. That's who we're upset with. That's who we got a problem with.
Yeah.
Still.
We understood the assignment. We understood that y'all were going to go a certain route. We got it. It was a red herring because had Stephanie Hsu been the one that was put up instead of Jamie Lee, who Jamie Lee has a total of 17 minutes in the film in itself,
give or take.
It's the equivalent of Angela. Take that back, Queen Angela. It's the equivalent of Queen Angela's time in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, she was in the beginning. That's how Trey ended up staying with his daddy. It's the equivalent of that. So had Stephanie Hsu been in that place instead and she won it, we would have.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
We back off.
Fine.
We were like, we get it. We got it.
A little miffed.
Yeah.
But all right.
You know.
I got it on a technicality. I would have been cool. I was just sitting here cool. Not ready to go. Baby, circle of nerds, you know this. All day, every day.
They're good. Those are my people. They're good people. They are allies. They are with the shits. They are. We know. We know. First off, let's get it off into the glory that is our queen, Queen Angela. Let's get her going right there. Never seen her on a bad day.
Never.
And I think if we did,
Never
and even if we did, we probably never noticed.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
She's in my honest opinion, she's very much like Storm. I haven't seen her in a bad outfit or hairdo yet that she could pull off. I haven't.
True.
This is
Lord. If that is not
reverence.
That's it is. It is
Reverence.
And I don't say that because yes, I have a mad thing for Angela, but at the same time, I have mad respect. Respect. So, for those who don't know, lived under a rock, haven't been anywhere for the past 2-3 days. Queen Angela was up for the role of, she was up for the category of Best Supporting Actress. Now, if you've seen Wakanda Forever, you understand why. This woman acts her ass off.
That's right.
In every role, she is the highest paid Black actress on television. She commands respect everywhere she goes. She's a director, she's a producer, she's an actress. She handles business no matter what. No egregious scenes, no extra BS behind the scene, none of that. Where she goes is just royalty. It's just royalty. If we had something like that here in the States, I'm pretty sure she's at the top of that list.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Easy.
Okay.
Facts.
So, that's a lot. It's the only power. It's the only word for her performance. 100% power. It was. If you did not feel that scene in the throne room, just the throne room scene alone, when she's talking to Okoye, that alone, you are a heartless son of a bitch. I don't know how else to put that.
Just say you didn't watch the movie. Just say you didn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm getting chills thinking about it. Just even thinking about that scene.
When you take into effect of where this emotion comes from, all right, and the script she's given, it makes it that much more powerful. Agree?
Yeah.
Now,
Let the church
I've-
say amen.
okay. I've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. Fantastic film.
Yeah,
Great
absolutely.
movie. Great movie.
Mhm.
And in my honest opinion, Jamie Lee is not a standout for me. She's a part of the film. She's not really a focal point. She's, you know, she's I don't know how you want to. I can't think of the word for it, but she's not a focal point. It's she's not the standout.
She is not a driving catalyst in this movie.
That's it.
She's an
That's
additive.
She's not even a
not
catalyst.
additive. She's an
She's
additive.
additive. That's all she
catalyst.
is.
She's a small, extremely small piece of the puzzle.
Mhm.
That's not even a nudge. It's not, and it's no slight to her or her acting ability or acumen. It's just that particular role that wasn't it.
No,
Right.
that's not. She's not the
And
foundation.
definitely
of
not,
that
and
whole-
definitely not best supporting,
No.
even nominee worthy.
She's
Right.
not a
Like she
pillar
shouldn't even
to-
been
to the-
nominated. Nominated.
She should not have been a nomination. Exactly.
No,
Mm-mm.
Now
All right.
we'll give you the congratulations. Congratulations. We'll give it to
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
not you. It's not you.
no.
Mhm.
We know, and as I played that video earlier from Roy Ward Jr., we know exactly what it is. It's a
Mhm.
95-year-old system that is severely broken. And we know that.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I forgot who said it. I forgot which personality. So I apologize if I don't give credit to this because I heard it this morning when I was working. But they sat there and said, "Here's the theory that they have on the Academy Awards that there's a belief that we cannot give a person of color that represents a positive image the award."
Go ahead.
And they sat there
Go
and
ahead
said,
about that.
look at the examples. They said, if you think about it, Denzel Washington should have actually had that award 5 times over for literally 5 different movies that still make money
Hurricane?
that are almost 20 years old to this day.
Mhm.
You
Sidney
can imagine.
I can name 3 off the top of my head: Sidney Poitier,
Mhm.
Harry Belafonte,
Okay.
Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going a little further.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Mhm.
These are roles they should.
Right. And it's funny when he brings it up. He goes, and think about it. What was the one thing Denzel finally got recognition for? He had to play a stereotypical crooked individual in order to actually get the nom and the win. And he says, look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry had to put herself in a position that, let's be honest, and he sat there and said, for all my sisters out there, you probably agree, you didn't like the fact of how she got nominated for a scene that not a lot of women would do that she got nominated for. So
That's right.
again, that it's degrading. I said, but look at it this way. I said, look at Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett, let's slide. They were like, let's slide Wakanda Forever out the way. You won't give her credit for her portrayal of Tina Turner.
You're barely recognizing, and this is so far from what we're thinking.
Mhm.
You're barely recognizing a superhero film. We're not even on that stage.
No.
for
Right.
that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it's just the fact of, but it's the fact of
You're
positive.
looking
Like you
yeah,
won't
you're,
even.
you're looking at the genre, and we're like, look, we don't. All those movies that were nominated, they're all different genres.
Mhm.
We're not looking at the genre.
And that's the thing. It's just that it's so interesting now that they were pointing out like, take her line out of Wakanda Forever where she literally says, "Have I not given everything?"
Everything.
And it has so many layers to it. It's not just the fact that she's speaking as far as a queen that has lost every member of her family. The timing of it all with the Oscars, it's like, what more can she possibly do
Yeah.
at
Rings.
this point? Because if you
Rings.
think of everything that she's done, you can imagine the reason why she felt the way she felt. Why we all felt that way. It's like, what
Yeah.
more can you do at that point to where, let's be honest again, with Jamie Lee Curtis, you had a little to no impact in a movie that was really dominated by Asian actors. And yet you still somehow got Best Supporting Actress.
Geek by Heart, I'm gonna let you say your piece.
I think that they just already normalized the Karen. I felt like y'all just gave a Karen an award.
Mhm.
And again, that's not Jamie Lee Curtis.
No.
That is her character being a Karen.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I just was like, oh wow, y'all just normalized the bullshit now.
Mhm.
If it wasn't already normalized.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think Will just took it away with just everything, but especially with that line when he said, "Have I not given everything?" That's it. That's the summary of the whole conversation because this woman is just amazing. And I don't understand why she cannot get her justified flowers. It's just really infuriating.
It's almost as if we're not asking for the Oscar because, to be honest with you, we have the NAACP awards, we have the SAG awards, we have BET honors, we have shit that we're just like giving it to her. The Oscars in a lot of people's minds is the pinnacle, right? It's the pinnacle, and it's just like, but do we really need it to be recognized when you see someone whose talent spans decades? Lady Mandalore, I'm giving you the floor. Maine, do not unalive.
I'm going to try to be as concise as humanly possible. Circle of Nerds. I'm going to sum this up for you because I read this very clearly. Fuck them and what they got. Okay.
Short, sweet, to the point.
To the point.
They are. It's not even unable. It's unwilling. It's disrespectful. It is ignorant at this point for them to not be able to identify talent that is, superior and above reproach within this community. You can't tell me that if you put Jamie Lee Curtis in Angela's role, she would be winning, correct? If they had switched roles, what would we be talking about? Could Jamie Lee Curtis actually pull off that role, regardless of color? If she is a queen in a country where her entire family has just been abolished, you really see Jamie Lee Curtis pulling off that role?
Can you pull off?
Not like Angela.
Ain't no way. The Queen of England has lost all of her family, and Jamie Lee Curtis needs to portray that. Give me a break.
That's the best way. That's the best
Give
way
me a break.
That's the best way.
There's no way. There's no way that she's pulling it off.
But it just goes to show you they do not want to give us. They don't want to give us acknowledgement in areas where it shows our best. And like Chris said, it's the fact that we don't necessarily need them, and that's the thing. It's like with Hollywood is only going to be one thing and one thing alone. The fact that the Illuminati, aka the committee, decides on these things, that they have their own rules and things of that nature. And like we were talking about last night in our group chat, I was like, there's only one way to really solve this. And you pretty much got to do the one thing that's going to show them that, as Circle of Nerds had pointed out, you want to show that their time is up, pull away from it.
I'm going to use a Negan analogy.
Oh,
I like this.
We're going to shut this shit down.
I got Lucille on the ready. Okay.
So
I like it. I'm with it.
You know, the collective Blurred and Ally community literally sat back and said, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really?" Yep. And Austin Butler, who was actually up for Elvis, who sat next to the Queen, actually, there's a blink and you miss it because of the camera work, but he actually grabs her hand, as in,
I know it's it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I know it's bullshit.
We even have a quick shot of this where she's obviously visibly upset.
Yeah.
And the other conversation that comes up is, oh, she should have been happy. No,
No,
For
No.
who?
this becomes
No.
a whole nother
No.
conversation now,
Mm-mm.
where you're telling a black woman that
There
she's
you
not
go.
allowed to
She's
be
gotta-
upset.
And she's got to
That
sit
goes
there and
that
smile.
whole-
Are you out
Right.
of your fucking mind?
She just
I'm
she had
sorry.
to sit there and be poised
And take it.
smile when she got screwed.
Yes.
And
No.
take it. She should be just lucky to be among.
Nominated. Now,
Yeah.
Are you, Mish?
That's
Well,
that's
shit
that's
for
what
the
they
young
were
ones.
saying.
That's not for her.
Mm-mm.
So this is what I enjoy about this entire thing, because we got it. We seen the message.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need you. Hell, even Jimmy Kimmel during his monologue was calling him out
Mm-hmm.
and was throwing shade. Hello.
Mhm.
You know, and why you thought you were really doing something by banning Will Smith for 10 years. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people in the community who been forgave Will Smith. Like, if you heard the stories that we've heard about the Oscars of the past, I'm like, and the slap was the worst of it. Yeah,
And,
right.
and the behind the scenes dirty stuff that never
Oh,
came to light.
You got to, what is it? John Wayne trying to assault.
That right
that-
there.
Yeah, that.
That right there.
Are
That
you
that
kidding me?
main thing.
Literally
That
trying to
main
run up
thing.
on this young woman in order
Yeah.
to throttle her at best, throttle her because she accepted award and spoke the truth.
Mhm.
Miss me with the BS.
Yeah. So circling ours though stated that's what needs to happen. Just don't participate. Nobody needs the Oscars, especially when people know your greatness, the people appreciate your talent, and are the only ones who matter. And this is true.
Mhm.
Fun fact: Angela was offered the role of that Halle Berry took in Monsters Ball. She turned it down because of that scene.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
You want me to do what?
Nope.
You want me
For
to do
what? For what?
And the fact that it's only been 2 women of color in its 95
Five.
history
Yeah, that it won.
to get that award
Mhm.
that Michelle Yeoh has won and that Halle Berry has won is a testament of saying y'all are so behind the times.
But look at the direct the
No, they
image.
don't care
But-
about the time. It's
No,
not
they
being
don't, they
behind
don't care
anymore.
about time, but look at the perception. Michelle Yeoh, who rightfully, respectfully, should have
Another
actually
one
recognized
who I
Nine-Nine
enjoy watching and everything.
Yeah, I mean, but they showed her in a positive image. We don't get the same.
No.
don't
Like
Never.
you can't get someone that's literally weak. It's like, and again, I'm not trying to say that we want recognition, but it's like we see what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
Like we see what you're basically making us jump through every one of these hoops just to sit there and say, okay, we'll give you what you want now. No,
Mhm.
No.
and that's the one thing where again we all felt as a collective unit felt Angela Bassett when she had that lean back with the head tilt to the side. I was like,
One. She was
She's
18,
over it.
8,000 shades and levels of
She was
shade.
over it.
I
And
felt
by that time, I think we had a couple categories in, maybe 2 more categories in between that until Kang and Killmonger showed up.
Hey,
Talking about
Double scoop of chocolate.
this is what the understanding the assignment looks like.
Mhm.
Coming out with Michael B. Jordan saying, "Hey, Auntie," and Jonathan Major saying, "We love you," and then he hits him with the and the collective understood
we
what
all
that
knew it.
meant.
we all knew it.
is literally the universal head nod. We knew we like
Yeah.
Queen, just say the word. And
We'll burn
mean,
the whole
yes.
shit down immediately. We'll pull a Killmonger right in this motherfucker right now.
Let
Say less.
us know the word.
I mean, that theater got a little tight. There was a lot of us at that theater that night. That's why I was like, I think they got a little
It's
nervous.
like, you know,
They got
got a
It was
little
like,
It was bad last year.
It's like we got Kang up here, we got Killmonger / Creed up here. Yeah, if the word is given by the Queen,
You got the Dora Milaje there too.
the Dora Milaje's
Like,
if
let's go.
they at the
Let's go.
exit, they be like, if they not us or with us, they ain't us.
Mhm.
Burn it down. You know, so I can,
that would have been a moment just like, well,
Y'all asked for it.
Y'all wanted.
Y'all
Y'all
I
asked for
wanted
it.
this.
You wanted.
I wanted
you
this.
wanted it.
This kind of like that's that moment of the what was that? Tales from the Hood. This is what you asked for, and now you're going to get it. I'm sorry, that was wrong.
Yeah, and so right. So the Circle Nerd says, and that's exactly what's going to happen next. Hollywood will throw a bone of some kind to the community, but it'll be shallow. By this time, we won't even care.
No,
we won't even care, and everyone will know
it's cut and paste with them. It's the same. It's the exact. Every single year, it's the same thing. The Me Too movement. They had all the women up on the stage parading around. Black Lives Matter.
Get ready for the apology tour is coming. The apology tour is coming.
They're not going to apologize. Are you crazy?
I don't.
apologize.
I don't think
they're not going to do the apology tour.
They're
going to do
they're going to
do pandering. They're going to do the pander. They're going to be the pandering.
Okay, I can see that happening. I don't think they're going to apologize.
No.
Because that's what I mean by I say apology tour. What I mean by apology tour means it's gonna be a lot of pandering. It's I'm sorry, but I'm sorry is gonna be replaced with let's celebrate our blackness in cinema. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get
next year. You're gonna get a lifetime award, and it's gonna be nothing but black folks.
Yeah, right. So
that's what's going to happen.
So we understood the full breakdown of that, like because like I said, we were in the group chat together. We all were on the same page. We knew where this was going. We understood where this. Hell, I had it on mute and I was watching The Last of Us. We'll get to that in a little bit.
That part.
But
that part.
I only unmuted it on parts that on categories that I felt I wanted to really see. And for the most part, other than that, the people that we generally chose to win, they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into those. Now, these are the positive points. Congratulations to Brendan Fraser. Jesus Christ.
Very much deserved.
I so want him to go. I saw him want to go off in a speech. I so want him to go off.
He can't. He's got to keep his job.
You
know what?
He just got over blackball.
He just did.
He just got over punishment. Okay,
it's fast. Like he's in the same boat as Angela is. He's he's even in a worse position now because now he's got something to lose. He's at the height of what it is that he wanted to do.
But you could look at his face. I'm like, just say what you want to say. Because I see it.
He has that because he did it before, and then like Laney said, it's the black ball. But you know what? You earned this.
No,
we once again, and I've said it in conversations before. He's that guy that your aunt brings over to the barbecue. And it's just like that. It's like that Fresh Prince episode when the one aunt brings in Dietrich Bader, that's the new husband, and you're just like, oh, but he's cool because he playing with the cousins. He can play spades. He stays behind. He cleans up the kitchen. He like the whole night. The cousins love him. The uncles is down with. He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah. He ain't. I don't see him.
No,
he's all right. He ain't at the barbecue quite yet, but he all right. He all right.
He's getting there.
I think he's at the gate. I think he's at the gate.
He's fascinated about all the food.
We'll pass him a plate when everything's done.
Yeah, he's fascinated by the food. He's fascinated because he sees Keanu in there, and he was just like, Keanu.
That's my cousin.
Yeah, no, we related. My cousin. We actually a little bit related, but
yeah, right.
A little bit.
He's in. He's okay. But but yeah, congratulations, Brendan Fraser. Like we have been one of the other people that we literally have been rooting for for years. I have yet to hear a person say they hate The Mummy or Airheads or Encino Man.
Yeah.
Or, I just like I have
The Past was actually a decent movie. Back
in past. If you catch it, another blink and you miss a scene. Him and Adam Sandler was up. And they were both in Airheads together.
Yeah.
And when Brandon won, look at Adam's face. He was so excited for his boy.
Oh.
Like everything went out the window. He was like, I don't give a fuck about this. My guy just won. He came back from the caverns. He's back. He's here. He said, yes, he'll bring beer to the barbecue, end up dancing with someone's drunk.
That is definitely
this is true.
I can see that. I can see that.
This is true.
That's teaching him the electric slide with the drunk.
And he'll be awkward, but it'll be all right.
and he would own that awkwardness too.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be awkward, but he would own it.
You
Yeah.
gotta touch the ground when you gotta touch the ground when you kick over.
Gotta
You
bring
gotta
it back
touch the
and then go
Yeah,
back.
touch
You gotta bring the shoulder in with it.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm like, we know you're gonna get it. We're gonna make sure you get it. Black Spartan, you said a couple weeks ago that like he is getting in fighting shape.
Oh yeah.
He's been coming back, and it seemed like every award show he's getting slimmer and slimmer.
Mhm.
And don't you tell me he about to play Rick O'Connell again? Don't you
If I
dare!
see another moment,
You know
Let-
it's coming
let there-
at some
let there
point.
be
You
another
know
Mummy
it's
movie.
coming. Mhm.
Rachel Wise is still around. Let there be another moment. Let there be
I
another movie.
hope.
Everybody's still alive, so
Yeah.
everybody's still there. And they're like,
No,
Mhm.
touch wood, quick. Shit.
it's all around me. It's all around me.
Oh, that's catching. Hold on.
It's all around me. But yeah, congratulations to him. He was well earned. The Whale is a fantastic film. It is a heart-wrenching, some heart-wrenching scenes. The man can act. He can act.
Mhm.
He can obviously act. Here's another one that just it made some moves on me. Hold on.
Ooh.
George of the Jungle, The Next Generation. Why not? Why not?
I would do that, but it's on
Dudley
top
Do
of the
Right?
original.
That's mean. That's mean.
I'll take Dudley Do Right before George of the Jungle.
Yeah, that's like I can see another Georgia Jungle. Just have a Mel Brooks write it.
Sweet. Watch
Here we
History of the
go.
World Part 2.
Oh.
It's fun. Oh, it's fun stuff. Oh, I love History of the World Part 2. Another moment in another massively positive, which between the Brendan Fraser thing and this was Kiwai Kwan. My God, man.
And seeing that picture.
Seeing when
That I didn't
to
see
have-
it. I didn't see that part live, but oh my god,
Yeah.
seeing that
Yeah,
picture
no.
when I
To
first
see
saw it, it
him-
gave me chills.
it
I
is
cried a little. I'm
when
not gonna lie.
Harrison, yeah,
Right?
it does. It
Yeah.
gives you a little tear
Yeah.
because you see
Right?
Harrison's. We never get to see Harrison Ford smile.
Right.
Facts.
I don't like that.
He's always like the grumpy old grandpa. Like
Yeah.
facts.
He sees this boy that came back from the depths
Mm-hmm.
and won an Oscar, and he's just
Mhm.
so excited. Like
Yup.
he is just jumping, and I'm like, that's genuine happiness right there. This guy
yeah.
is in it. He is in it,
and the
and
fact
I
you
mean,
could capture in a picture like that.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, yeah.
He couldn't be more.
Forever.
His speech was moving. He
Mhm.
talking to his mother and just speaking the words. The man making. And here's the thing. There's another speech he does, like when they did behind the scenes when they're talking to the press and everything. And this is where that picture was taken from.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
For those who don't know, Jeff Cohen is his entertainment lawyer. For those who really don't know, Jeff Cohen played Chunk in The Goonies.
Triple shuffle,
Truffle shuffle.
Truffle
Ooh.
shuffle.
triple shuffle.
It gets better. It gets better.
It's
When he
education
decided
for me.
when he decided to come back into acting, that's who he reached out to.
Mhm.
So
So Jeff Cohen, who plays Chunk, got
Mm-hmm.
him back in. Sean Astin called him. Corey Feldman called him. Josh Brolin called him. Kerry Green, Martha Plimpton, they all called him.
Mhm.
In other words, Goonies never say die.
God, yes.
Hey.
That
Oh, I
is
should've wore that
so
shirt.
dope.
And he
That
actually
was it.
said that. He said that in that speech, not in the speech, but to the press. He was
Yeah.
talking about all of them and how they checked on. I said, you know what? Stop.
We getting a Goonies
Stop.
movie. There's no way we're not getting a Goonies movie. Something's coming.
That had me tear. That had me
I don't care
tear-
if I don't care if it's a skit and they all show up. Like
That's
Saturday
an
Night
SNL
Live, get on it.
Thank you. That's an
That's
SNL
not
skit.
it,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And it made you extremely happy
Mhm.
for these people
Mm.
that really you seen their stories unfolding. Fun fact, he also was the fight coordinator on X-Men. So he
Well, there.
even though he wasn't acting, he was working behind the scenes because he felt like
Oh.
it's really rough on child actors. It's just
Mhm.
rough,
Mhm.
So to come back from there, and there's another picture of when he hugs Harrison Ford. There's another picture where he's short round and he's hugging Indy, and I'm like, stop tugging at the
Mhm.
heartstrings.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're killing me right now. Stop it. Now I gotta go watch the Temple of Doom. I mean, I always watch the Temple of Doom. It's
I mean,
just,
Yeah.
That's
It's
just a
Temple of
holiday
Doom.
movie. Family
But,
fun.
but now I'm watching the Temple of Doom with a whole new different purpose. Goonies never say die takes on a whole different meaning now.
Yeah.
And congratulations to
Yeah.
God, dog.
That's the two positives of the night was him and Brendan Fraser. It's just, especially when you see with the backstory behind the Goonies, that dude, I was like, okay, I can't watch The Last of Us because I'm already here, and I know Last of Us is gonna take me somewhere else, so I'm gonna need a moment.
Oh my God,
that part.
So, and I didn't grab a pick, but congratulations to the entire crew of Everything Everywhere All at Once. They did clean up, but congratulations to Michelle Yeoh.
Yes,
Very much.
Well
deserved. Been earned.
Mhm.
Been earned. Crouching
It-
Tiger,
it-
Hidden Dragon. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how she did not get any kind of a nom. Anyway.
Yeah, Auntie exactly.
What was you
Auntie
talking about
Michelle. Auntie Michelle, exactly.
Mhm.
She's Auntie Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget about James Hong. He's uncle to every damn body.
Oh, God.
he had a little. He sat there and said exactly what was on his heart. I was like, you know
he was
what?
like, I've been on
You're
this
right.
planet for 94 years. I'm going to speak.
What
My
are you
mind.
going to do? Not hire me anymore?
I'm like,
The checks
I'm
from
like-
that
I'm
movie
like-
alone's got him covered.
I'm like, get
Mm.
him a plate.
I hope.
Get him a plate and let him just
see,
run.
that's
with it.
that's the uncle that you have at the grill that's criticizing, but he gonna make sure your food is right.
Yeah.
Mm.
He really is the one. He was just like, man, my mama done kicked me out. He gonna put some sense into your head. I'm sorry. He does.
Yep.
He is the guy that works at the corner store or has the food truck. It was like he's
The
gonna.
one that watched you grow up at the convenience store.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, that
he is
part.
that one. He's that one.
part.
He was just like, you know what? Take this down here. Your mama say, take this plate down here to Mr. Hong. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
You never questioned it.
He never questioned it. And then he gives you like, here's your cigarettes and our beer. Shh.
That right there. That right
It
there.
was a plastic bag over here. You get to mom.
Here I thought I was getting candy.
Oh my God. So I'm glad that and here's the crazy thing. Michelle Yeoh is going to be in another show that's on Disney Plus,
Mhm.
American Born Chinese. And I'm just like, if she's in it, I'm watching it. Like I've seen a lot of her stuff, you know, and Gunpowder Milkshake.
Also,
I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh, you got her and Angela, Queen Angela.
Mhm.
Sign me up. Where do I sign up? Just I'll call off work. Don't worry about it. Compare to
That
others.
part.
I'm watching this.
That part.
I'm watching this. You know, to the point like she got injured. I'm like, oh no,
No.
Mhm.
not the two major ones. No. Michelle is she's not. I don't think
Oh,
she's
she
75.
does.
She's like in her 50s, I thought.
Yeah, she's in her
Yeah.
50s. She's in
Now you're gonna make me look.
yeah,
Hold
check
up.
it out.
Now
Yeah,
you
look it up.
Mama is not in her 50s no more. I do
Oh,
not
she
think
she
so.
crossed the 60.
Oh,
crossed the
baby.
60 mark.
I'm
Okay.
very certain.
I was like,
She
all
is
right.
60.
She's 60.
Yes.
She's 60, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate to be the
Yeah,
elephant
man.
in the room, but
No, what is it? Yellow don't mellow. I think
yellow
that's the
don't.
phrase.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude.
So she's 60. The
Oh,
queen
no.
is 64.
I knew he was about to say that.
Mm.
I knew he was about to say that.
And
But you know
Jamie
what? Is
Lee
what is.
Curtis is 64.
Stop it.
Sir.
You're on timeout. You're on
I'm
timeout.
just gonna
Sir.
say,
I'm
white
gonna go over
privilege
here.
does not
I'm gonna
age
stand over in the
gracefully.
corner for a little bit over here.
I'm just saying, white privilege does not age gracefully.
Did I take the petty
Listen.
too far?
Hmm.
Now
Okay.
Jamie looks good. Don't get me wrong.
For a
but
woman of her age and ethnicity, she looks very, very, very good.
she's no queen and no auntie. That's for sure. I'm just saying.
But she don't look like
Well, she's not auntie. She
She
not
ain't,
auntie.
past, she ain't approaching 40.
She's
Damn.
approaching 40.
Nah.
Asian don't raise, and that's it. That
That
Queen
it is.
Jasmine. That's what it is.
Oh,
Asian
That's
don't
what it
raise.
is. I apologize. Very much
Okay.
so. That was very
She
funny.
needs
I'm
more
really
activity.
sorry.
And proactive. Okay.
Ooh.
But I'm on timeout.
She needs that next
I'm
level up.
just saying, boy, as you know that the tartar flavored people don't really age well.
The mayonnaise,
shots.
sir.
The shot that you
The
just
mayo,
fired.
mayonnaise.
The cream cheese, the
Fear is
cream
not broke.
cheese
Fear is not
Laffy's.
broke.
Oh Lord. And you might as well say Curdled milk now.
I just say the processed salt.
Will has been working on this when he was in the gym all night. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
Fat-free mayonnaise. Fat-free mayonnaise.
Stop
Shut up.
Like
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Yo, Sir Nerds, you are in timeout.
I was gonna say
all of us
Look,
right now.
This
That
is why when I started out podcasting, this is why I fit in so well with that crew, because that's my mentor over there. He was just like, "Oh, you're fitting
Okay.
in. You fit
I
in.
thought
You fit in."
I thought I was gonna say something worse than that.
That
Listen.
True Lies, Jamie Lee. That was a different
Yeah,
vibe.
True Lies, Jamie Lee was
Listen,
different.
and you know they're coming back with a True Lies, but it's not with them. It's like it's a remake.
some
I'm like,
kind of-
oh my
It's
goodness.
It's one of them things where you do it too little, too late. It's just like the only one that's
True.
like when it comes to those shows that try to capitalize on those old properties. The only one that seems to be making it right now is Magnum PI.
Yeah, but they changed
Are
it.
I mean,
Hawaii
Hawaii Five-0 did too.
Actually, the funny part is Hawaii 5-0 for the long.
Yeah,
for a while.
Hawaii
And right now
Five-0
is
did
another
too.
one. Yeah.
And then
So,
they killed MacGyver. I was kind of mad about that.
but yeah, MacGyver was good.
How do you kill MacGyver? It's a man that creates stuff out of nothing. It's science.
Because
still try to make it.
people
I
that
still
don't like science. Remember?
Yeah, that's-
Science
That's the people that those are the flavorless Twinkies.
Okay.
they have those. Jesus Christ! Please get my notebook
made
out
that up.
again. What the
I
hell?
need to shut up. I'm terrible. I'm just
MacGyver, the original MacGyver had me trying to make a rocket launcher out of a muffler, cotton, and alcohol. I'm just in a tail light.
I mean,
That's
my
so funny.
I mean,
I
there's
was gonna say
potential.
MacGyver taught me how to make a potato gun. That's what I'm like.
Damn right, Jasmine.
Between him and Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, they need to bring back Mr. Wizard.
Actually, well, Mr. Wizard and Beekman's World.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are bringing it back.
There we go.
That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
childhood.
Wait.
Learning chemistry by destruction.
MacGyver, Mr. Wizard, Beekman's World, and Bill Nye the Science Guy all walk into a room. Who's coming out alive? I'm like, no, I don't think. Not only are they all coming out alive.
Bill is gutter. Nah, that dude,
Oh,
he
he's
good.
gutter. He
Bill
is
is
Bill
gutter.
Nye's the dark side. That's all I'm
Yeah,
like.
no,
like-
he with the shits, man.
Yeah, the first time I seen it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. This is
like
why I
you.
said this
I liked you before, but I really like you now.
And
Yeah,
that it's how you learn science through destruction.
Yeah, he is. He's a national treasure. Like when Bill would break some stuff down, and what's his name? Jane Goodman. That's the other one. She will shut some shit down.
I want her to
Ooh,
host the Oscars next year.
Oh, she will.
I want her to host the
Oh,
Oscars.
not
next
wait,
year.
wait.
You really
Jane-
want the drama.
Jane Elliott or Jane
You really want the drama. I'm here for it, Kara.
Is
I'm
it Jane
here for
Elliott?
it.
Is it Jane Elliott?
Wait. Are you talking?
Oh no. Yeah, it's I know
Jane
what you're
Elliott?
saying.
Yeah.
Are y'all talking
Elliott.
Jane
Jane
Elliott?
Elliott, Jane Elliott.
Even the
Yes.
white woman who like shuts down race is so
Elliott.
good. That's her.
Jane
know-
Elliott.
Yeah.
Jane Elliott.
Jane
Okay, I think
Elliott.
about somebody else. Okay,
She's up there with Betty White. Like you protect them at all costs.
absolutely at all
You
costs.
really want to do her experiment at the Oscars?
I
Yes.
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 I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'm
all for it.
here
And I
for the
want the
drop.
ASL interpreter right next to her too.
Ooh, yes.
I am not against that because number one, that's going to be entertainment for us. Like, you're going to
absolutely.
see a whole bunch of them break down like Fiats. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Bill Nye he's on some next level mad scientist stuff. I would not mess with it. You're right. But Bill Nye is with the shits. Don't get that.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. He's with it. He will not play. Every time he get on, I'm like, oh, you came off the Kid Network and you went raw. I love it. He was in for it.
He became what we always thought he was. And he became.
You are what we thought you were. It was
It's like,
oh man. We're gonna take this quick break and we're gonna do the Last of Us season finale. We're gonna do like a quick breakdown of the entire 9-episode series. It should have been 10, but we're gonna talk about it
That part.
right after this commercial.
This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning?
Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it. There's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store. Real quick, Queen Jasmine said, Bill said, y'all grown now. Circle of Nerds, they said, yeah, Bill is one bad day away from becoming a super villain.
That would be one hell of a super villain too.
Oh my God.
Because you know,
Evil is all
everything's
about
going to be
perspective,
intricate.
though.
Evil is but 1 day
intricate
away.
stuff.
So we have been privileged for a 9-episode series of The Last of Us based off the video game. And I gotta say, it's extremely hard, number one, to do these type of adaptations. Anytime, and we've watched the progression of video games to live action in one form or another, or CGI, whichever you want to go. And for the most part, they always fall on their face, or they turn left and steer away from the core material or whatever, and make unnecessary sequels that have nothing to do with the genre whatsoever. Sorry, Mila. Not sorry, but with the exception of Sonic in Sonic 2, which, if it wasn't for the villainy that is Twitter, we wouldn't have gotten the Sonic we got.
Dumpster fire.
We justified online bullying. Online bullying was justified.
You're right, Queen Jasmine. Uncharted should not have happened.
It should have happened with a multitude of different people. A script.
It's not. It was they took the It guy and threw him in. So it's not. I'm not putting it on him.
And you mix two different games together.
Yeah. And let's face it. If you've seen the 20-minute fan film starring our favorite Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Chef's Kiss.
That was the movie.
Chef's Kiss.
Absolutely.
So if you ever get a chance, look up Uncharted starring Nathan Fillion on YouTube. You'll be thoroughly enjoyed. You're just like, it was him all along. But we are getting the year as what Kira has called him, Space Daddy, post-apocalyptic daddy.
I have got to get her bracelets. I have to go find her gauntlets for this stuff.
Yeah, she's on bracelets by this point. The rings are done. Now she's on bracelets. So, Laney, I know Geek by Heart has played The Last of Us. I've played parts of it. I think you've played it, Lady Mandalorian. I'm pretty sure you have too.
I actually just started playing it.
Okay.
Last night into today. I'm only up.
Great gameplay.
Yeah.
It's
great
really
gameplay. It's breaking records. It broke records. It broke records.
One second, Chris. Laney.
I knew he was gonna come for me.
Laney. I'm gonna need you to run me something real quick.
I am not prepared because I have to compare the numbers of this to House of the Dragon. However,
but they did it. They did it already. I'm just saying. Whenever you get,
I think it passed GOT.
It did pass House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
but they handled it. They handled it.
I knew you was coming.
I'm just saying. We here, and I just
runneth thy coin. Is what she's saying.
Yeah, basically.
So
runneth thy coin.
It's safe to say
I have to wear your shirt now.
Yeah. It's safe to say that one, they, with whatever liberties they've taken, we were okay with.
Yep.
And visually, they got this.
Frame for freaking frame.
Yeah, and it helps that they have some of the voice actors dealing with this. And I have a theory about some of that too. Um,
Well, share
because here's my theory. The thing that James Gunn had released maybe 2 months ago about DC and using voice actors from animated series and
they
crossing them
got
over.
them.
And I'm like,
Mm.
this was your testing ground, wasn't it?
Mm.
This was your
Sure.
testing ground to see if you could do it.
It
And you
really
did it.
It's a high garden. Tell him it was me. Tell Cersei.
I mean,
it was
what if it too?
Tell Cersei it was me.
Yeah. that line would go down in infamy.
Yes, absolutely. He's also could be fed at the cookout.
I ain't never heard 9 words that raw before. I was like,
It's like, bitch, I don't care. Already got you.
That's right. I'm already dying.
I'm done, but tell him it was me. Yo,
Mhm.
that's some Godfather stuff. I'm sorry.
I want Cersei to know it was just as she's sipping it. I want Cersei to know it was me.
Yeah. Head tea. And
I'm
I
sorry.
put my
I'm
stamp
sorry.
of approval on that. That was
Pinky has to be out while I was.
Out others.
yeah, no, yes. But Last of Us, visually stunning. It reels you in. They do not waste time getting to it. They give you a nice quick setup, like in the first 10 minutes
Yep.
of the first episode. So they're giving you the setup and they're just putting it there and they run with it. And Sarah, who plays Joel's daughter, is Tandy Newton's daughter. I kept looking at that girl. I'm like, why do you look so familiar? And then when they had them side by side, I'm like, oh, okay, that's why you
That's
look
why this familiar.
You look like your mama.
Mama, girl, she spit her out.
She spit her out.
Yeah, yeah.
Them jeans is strong.
They are.
Them jeans are strong.
They are. I'm
You
like,
Now that you say that, she's giving me ER vibes when she was in ER.
Yeah.
see.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
So
Yeah.
it reels you in. Even in the game, it didn't reel you in like this because
No.
it struck so much harder.
Mm-hmm.
And when the only thing that threw me off was like, okay, and it's about 20 years later, and I'm like, and Joel has not aged a day. That Spanish blood is strong, baby.
we got to think about something like that.
Yeah.
Asian don't raise him. We got Spanish. We got to do something.
Spanish don't tarnish or something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure out something.
Jelaine is staying. I don't know.
It'll work. It'll work.
You
We'll make
say
it work.
I'm terrible.
And more on the Afro Latina side too, because
Yeah.
you know the.
Mhm.
Just saying.
We'll figure it out. I'm there. I got a creative mind. I figured out. But it's good. It is. It's freaking good.
Mhm.
They got Lady of the North. I'm like, how could you not follow her? She didn't court, but she coined Jon Snow, King of the North. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's amazing actress. She's British as well, so that makes a lot of sense. So something about the British and their acting. It's
Is she
impeccable.
British or Irish?
It might be Irish.
I think she's Irish.
Is she British? It might be both.
Oh, shit.
Who knows?
Now I'm gonna look it up too.
Yeah, we gotta find out.
Google's my best friend.
Factorial.
Yes, right. Our little bear.
British. British.
British.
She's
British.
British.
She's British.
Oh,
She's
she's
British.
a little
She's British
That makes sense because she's
Bye, Joe.
fantastic actress.
with a nice
Fantastic
American accent, but she's British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do the round table. Geek by Heart, we're gonna start with you. What was your take from this? Just the show overall. The first episode to 9th episode. Should we had a number 10th episode?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. and I say that because and I'll be honest with you, for the record, I've only played it once because I am not a duck and cover person. I like God of War. I like I'm not
Get your hands in it.
you know what I'm saying? That is my kind of gameplay. So I played it just for the experience, but then after that, I would watch it over and over again on YouTube. With that being said, if for nothing else, we should have gotten more scenes with clickers. And I missed it, especially with David in that episode, because I felt like first that episode should have been a little bit longer, because one of the reasons why you fell for David so hard is like, oh shit, he's a villain, is because the first, I would say, half an hour to 40 minutes of you being with David, y'all are fighting clickers. Y'all are making small talk. They're bonding. Ellie and David are bonding. And then all of a sudden, just a little bit by little bit, he starts to get really weird. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, notice we got to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
He need to go. We got to get out of Dodge. And so like, yeah. And so like, you only had about 2 really good episodes that had genuine clickers, and really only one of them that was in the museum. Then that was the second episode. And then with the 5th one, you had the invasion, rightfully so. That is straight from the game. So straight from the game. Okay, and another voice actor was in that one too.
There's worse. That's worse than Walker's. I swear to God.
Oh man! But I appreciate that they really made it character driven. You know what I'm saying? And just to your point, like there was just so many things that hit so much harder because they took the time to establish it and draw it out. But I think if they would have even gone one more episode, then that means there could have been a little bit more of that world that is swarmed by the monsters that we just didn't get. You know what I mean? I think that to me would have made it a perfect adaptation. It was good. It was very good. And that's not just even saying that because we have the Resident Evils, we have the Silent Hills, we have the, you know what I'm saying? But even just on its own, listen, I'm a Silent Hill fan too. We can talk about that as well. Even just on its own, it was just so masterfully done. And the things that they added in, it just made all the sense to make it even more of an experience. It was awesome. Awesome. All
right, Lady Mandalore.
First and foremost, I'm pausing because I'm trying to form my words, but outside of me getting myself together, the show is perfect, in my opinion. And this is somebody that did not get a chance to play the video game because people kept spoiling the motherfucker for me. So there was no point in me playing it if that was just going to tell me what was going to happen. As Blaney is talking about wanting more clickers, I definitely wanted more clickers. Absolutely.
Great job on the prosthetics and the makeup on that, by the way. That's
magic. I do not. Okay. If they don't get nominated for one thing, it's going to be costume and design, that kind
makeup,
of thing. Makeup and prosthetics.
Yeah, makeup and special effects, visual effects.
I'm thinking they sacrificed the clickers to get more actors and be able to go to different scenes and build that storyline. That might have been where the money issue might have come in. What you're sacrificing instead of you're building more of a story, which is what the show and the game is actually about. It is the story. Yes, the clickers are there. Yes, there's always danger, but it's really the story of these 2 characters making it through this new world and build and trying to make a new life for themselves amongst all of this. So I wouldn't change a thing, even though it's something that I want to see. I don't mind the clickers not being there as much.
I think that, and like Queen Jasmine said it, she says they found she likes the balance they took, and she loves how part of the nature are the infected. That's the scary part.
Okay.
That's the scary part. It was just like, oh yeah, miles away, you can get this one that's, kill this one, but because they're connected, miles away.
But you didn't see that a lot.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
And that was an interesting concept because they took it away from the spores.
Yeah. And you're just like,
how are you?
Yeah, how do you get away from this?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, Black Spartan, what did you think?
Okay. I was trying to sort this out without not going into a rant. Just because I am a fan of Naughty Dog. I've been a fan of Naughty Dog since Crash Bandicoot.
Facts.
And then Uncharted, and then, of course, The Last of Us. And because I apparently have a lot of time on my hands and forget how to sleep, decided to play the game along with the episodes. So, adaptation-wise, I think it was great. I did not want, and this is going to sound very controversial, I did not want a perfect adaptation. Number one, because it would be almost impossible to pull off, especially if you look at the pace of the video game versus how they're doing the episodes. I mean, by episode 2, you're already at Bill's town. And of course, that in itself is a whole nother story that really the game takes into a direction that takes longer to do than in an hour storytelling episode. The clickers, I get that because they want to show that they are the most dangerous group out there. I mean, yes, you have the bloaters, and then you have some other ones that, of course, are in the game. And I get that people want to see more of the clickers. You want to see more of the danger. You want to see the horrors as to what these spores can grow humans into. I get it. But the fact that we had less of that made more emphasis, like Kira said, more emphasis on the actors, on the story, on the narration, which made you focus more about the relationship between Joel and Ellie. So, not mad about it being 9 episodes, because number one, it drove people to actually play The Last of Us, because there was a lot more story in The Last of Us than there actually is in the show. Yeah. So, kudos for directing traffic to PlayStation, where people either bought it or went to PlayStation Plus and got it. Right. But second is that this, and I know I've said this on our group chat and many other spots, this is probably the best example of a video game adaptation that you'll see. Only reason because you had the original writer for the video game involved with the show. You had the voice actors that were there also involved with the show. You literally took the time to tell a story that was already there, but just adapted for television. And even more so for a lot of people that don't know, unless you really went back and played the game, the initial backstory that you actually see at the beginning was actually what was playing as a actual recording during the first part of The Last of Us. So the whole television, the professor being asked what happens if plants evolve beyond a certain point is actually a voice recording in the game. So again, leads to more backstory. Like everybody, because I know a lot of friends of mine who are just like me, can recite video games back and forth. It's like, wait a second, which part of that was actually in there? That was the beginning and playing in the background. So again, it's one of those things where they took just enough to where it can tell a story on television. But again, it's like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. It's going to hopefully drive people back to the original source material, and they can enjoy it in its full entirely. Did it need 10 episodes? I don't think so, because 10 episodes would have been like, okay, we got our fill, but now we're just being greedy. I don't mean to not as again.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it.
And I say that because yes, we can be greedy when something is good. And I know I have an issue because I told you guys I have an issue with odd numbers, especially with things ending on odd numbers. It just doesn't get right for me. But 9 episodes to where they told it all the way up into the hospital was probably the best way to actually sum up a video game adaptation to where you can keep people's attention, but still keep the story fresh, but still emphasize on the two main protagonists. So, I mean, overall, it was great. I had no issues. Again, I'm with you, Lainey, and Kira. If this does not get nominated for visual arts and makeup,
at least get mentioned.
Yeah, at least mentioned, just because, I mean, don't get me wrong about The Walking Dead. I mean, love The Walking Dead, the original, and it should stay that way. It kind of really should have ended after the prison, but
because it went left after the prison. That's all we're saying.
It ended at the prison. We didn't really need the governor. But anyway, but no, I'm just saying that.
I disagree.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, I did.
I disagree with the version of the governor that they made.
The version of the governor, yes. It didn't need the television version of the governor.
Morrissey wasn't that bad.
Wait. The story they did not tell that story the way that is told in the books.
Oh, this is true. Okay, and it definitely been not on AMC. That should have been like a Showtime or HBO,
where you can get away with it. You can get away with some stuff.
Listen, we can talk about that another day too.
Yeah, that's another day. But as far as adaptations go, I think that's a prime example of how one can be done. So yeah, to wrap this up with a nice bow, I'm looking forward to see what they do with part 2, because it's gonna take a lot of people off.
Oh, see,
they're in for a ride.
You say that, I hope they actually do deviate.
I don't want them to.
Just enough.
Are we talking about the opening or the close or the ending?
No, for
the
part-
second
for
Oh,
part two.
the next part of the story.
No, I know. Are you talking about the opening or the overall story?
The overall.
Yes, I'm
story.
talking about the opening.
Okay.
To me, I wish they would have done part one as the game. Perfect, right?
Mhm.
And then their part two, you just focus on Abby. Leave those other two, leave Joel and Ellie behind.
Mhm.
Do a story on Abby with her same background. So I'm not going to give spoilers to anyone who hasn't seen part two or doesn't know what happens, but with her same background, and then have the game that was part two be part three. That would have been, to me, a perfect trilogy, a absolute perfect trilogy. And if you think about it, I don't think that people were hating on part two because the actual game itself was a quality game. The story was great. They just hated the fact that I don't want to spoil.
Yeah.
They just hate the fact about the interaction
was made.
of the characters.
Yeah.
They
You
hated
did like
that.
you did like a certain direction at a certain point in time where a certain
There you
decision
go.
was
It's
made
that,
with a
it's
certain
that.
There
outcome.
you go. There you go.
So Queen Jasmine says she agrees with you, Black Spartan. It chances the emotional voice of the story. We don't need the Walking Dead type horror applied. Our partners, APR TV, always press record. Go check us out. Shameless plug. Convinced his wife to start playing the game. She commandeered his PlayStation, and that's not cool.
See,
So it's
Amen
a
to
plus
the
and
wife.
minus type of
Amen
thing.
to the
yeah.
wife.
see, that's why I wait for my wife to go. That's why I wait for my wife to go to sleep.
Oh,
So
Hey,
rude.
that's the best time to play.
there's so many levels. There's so many levels that this show has went, and I agree. I don't want a perfect adaptation. I want a good one,
Mhm.
and this was better than good.
Mhm.
This was actually a great adaptation to me.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's really hard to take any kind of video game and transfer it to another medium.
Mhm. Look at what they want to do with God of War, and I love Christopher Judge
Mhm.
as the guy to be Kratos, but you're
The
trying
guy's
to
big. He has the voice. He works out.
but you're trying to tell a
fits.
mythological story as a Spartan in live action.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it ain't gonna be easy.
But
I mean, as long as
We
it's
wouldn't be
gonna-
opposed to it.
I mean-
I'm just saying.
aren't they going to focus on 2018's God of War and not
They
not the
haven't-
previous?
Yeah.
They haven't said, but the rumor is it is going to stick with the Norse mythology.
And I feel that story in particular can be better adapted than the first
the
trilogy.
previous one. Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
do you really? I might say because the first three God of War games, that's just basically Hercules if Hercules was rated R.
Mm,
Let me
that
go
part.
fire this
I'm just
PlayStation
saying.
back up.
that part.
So with The Last of Us, there definitely were some standout episodes. Nick Offerman did not see that coming.
No.
Did not see that. I'm sorry, Nick. I always see you as Ron Swanson.
Let me
There
let me
was,
say
there
one
was a little
thing.
bit of Ron in that episode, though.
It was a little bit around in that episode.
Not
I'm like,
you-
man, he can cook rabbit really well.
Mhm.
If you watch an episode of Hot Ones,
Mhm.
you see it without question. I think the episode is like 4 years old now, but if you
Mhm.
watch his when he's on Hot Ones, that's the show with the hot wings and
Yeah.
interviewing things.
Oh,
For those that don't know,
Also, you need to check out Jenna Ortega's Hot Ones. I'm like, this is just
Yeah.
good shit. She owned it. But yeah, you're right. Nick Offerman's role in this episode was it episode 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Frankenbill. Damn,
yeah,
Yeah.
And that was a
That's all
great
I-
change.
it was.
That was a
I
great
was.
change.
I was.
Mhm.
I'm like, it made you feel something. Now, obviously, you had some people who were like, I don't want to see that. I'm like, look, it's a story.
Whatever.
it's a story.
Get over it.
Close your eyes.
Close your, you're right. Close your eyes. It's a
I
story.
was about to
It's
say,
in the
with
game.
the
It's in the freaking game. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
it could have been the other way in the game.
And thank you. I'm about to say, even if it wasn't in the game, close your eyes. Okay.
It's fine.
Mhm.
You're acting like children.
You're gonna win. The
So
world will keep spinning. I
where
promise.
the
That's a
world
fact.
keeps it. But all I can think, I just kept saying, oh, this is what it would look like if Ron Swanson survived the apocalypse. Yeah, he's got this planned out. It's fine. He's fine. He's
I
fine.
mean,
He's fine.
good Lord, this man planned. He had that whole town planned. He had that whole town
Sure did.
wired.
He sure did.
I said, damn, dude, this is amazing.
See,
I need to come to your
And that's
house.
based
You
on
know,
the
that's the plus and minus of preppers because they always have a plan. And if stuff goes sideways, it's good to go with them.
yeah,
But the level of planning is a little bit on the murderous side.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Like if you ain't
Oh,
with
yeah.
us, you against us. That's all it.
Mhm.
that's all-
No,
But
if
yeah,
you ain't with us, you dead. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's pretty much what it was.
But fantastic episode, fantastic acting. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
and as much as he plays it straight,
Mhm.
the fact that he goes through this whole thing, waits for the military to leave, and said, "All right, I'm going out
I
here
can
and I'm about to
play."
rewire all this stuff. I'm about to play. I'm about to play and go out here and get it." I'm like, "Oh, my man went to Home Depot and did a whole shopping tour, and then the lights went out. He was like, I can
Oh,
still shop."
Well,
I mean, just headlights kick on. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah, I was waiting on
I know
this.
my way around.
I know my I'm sorry, it makes me think of Parks and Rec. You don't know anything that I know of. You
That's
why are
the
you
fact.
talking to me?
How do you go straight to the actual electric utilities? Is like, okay, this and yeah, we're
Yeah.
good now. So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing episode watching the whole prepping thing, and then my man sits down and cooks a whole gourmet meal, and I'm like, I'm hungry, and I'm watching this at 11 at night. I don't need to eat at 11 at night. But now I got a taste for some filet mignon,
and a
McNett,
Beaujolais.
and some,
Let me take myself that
some
to-
braised baby carrots, and so. But yeah, each episode, and once again, shout out to Storm Reed. Good Lord, that young woman is tearing up the acting scene,
Mhm.
and if you're not watching her, you need to be. But just across the board, the acting has been amazing.
Mhm.
I haven't been upset with anybody's portrayal or how they putting everything out. The one with the brothers was, I seen it coming, and yet the heartbreak is still there.
I had to prepare a lot of people for that one. It's like, look,
Yeah.
you see two black guys, you see
I
a
seen
brother,
it coming.
and with that, prepare yourself for the end. That's all. I'm saying.
Yeah, I was like, I see it. Like when you know it's coming. If you're a fan of Firefly and Serenity, and you know the scene, you know it's coming.
Mhm.
It doesn't hurt any less.
Yeah.
Still too soon.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar. It doesn't hurt any less. But
Alan Tudyk.
my wife still asks me why do you jump? I'm like, because I'm never ready for that.
Mhm.
It's still too soon.
It comes out of nowhere. Out of
Yeah.
absolute nowhere.
Mhm.
I don't like
the
it.
fact that this man went and saved all y'all's asses, crash lands and lands it damn near perfect,
And still takes one.
and
Chip.
still takes the
Yep.
bullet. Oh my God, why?
It was that feeling of safeness, like, yeah. Just dang.
But it doesn't hurt any less. And
Yep.
but the visuals, the
Mhm.
acting, is this the age of people of color just coming out their acting bag and
We've
dominating?
been here. We've
Yeah.
been
Like
here.
they're
bro.
dominating.
That part here.
Like I know we've been here,
But
but
I-
they dominating.
I
They
see
was
what
just
Chris is. I see what Chris is saying because if you think about it, the fact that the roles and the stories, even though you get Lenny, Carrot, you're right, we have been there. It's just the fact that now it's being pushed more toward edgier storytelling, and you have those that can bring it out to actually go along with it and make it alive. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. We've seen shades of this. I mean, go back to Lovecraft Country. We've seen shades of this. Go back to
shout out to Misha Green. She just picked up another project.
Exactly.
All right.
I mean, other ones where
She's
I mean,
not here.
not even on the scale. I mean, go back to Shonda Rhimes when Shonda Rhimes made Kerry Washington and gave her edgier storytelling. So you guys are right. We have been there, but now it's almost to the forefront of. But also shout out to Orlando Jones for Mr. Nazi getting American Gods again. Edgier storytelling. He wrote his lines, but now it's the point to where we're going to that. Look, we're at the area of no limits. So what we're about to do. And you give these actors and actresses like, hey, we're giving you guys free reign at this point. Make it work however you will. And we're just seeing that talent that's already been there now shine on for the world to see. It's undeniable now.
Yes, Chrissy D says we've been there. They are greenlighting more roles. We're actually shining in. This is true. It's appreciated, and Queen Jasmine says it's appreciated in our community. But now we got bigger budgets and broader audiences. This is true. We were in our chat last night discussing this stuff and saying that when we talk about the Oscars, we almost don't even need you now. I mean, we talk about these big production houses. It's like we don't even need you now. Say what you want about Tyler Perry, but he is making moves that are necessary for people of color.
I just need him and Byron Allen to get on board and buy BET. Yeah, that's all I need. I need those two to buy BET and be done with it. But also,
when that came on board, I'm like, hey, make it happen. Make it happen.
But also, those social medias played a big role into it too, because it used to be just word of mouth. It used to be word of mouth among us, like, hey, did you see this? Did you see this? Now, if something happens, it's a tweet, a share, or anything else, immediately goes viral. So that also has an impact. That also has an impact in how our actors and actresses are getting more and more shine, especially if something they did great back then just gets pulled up again, and that just immediately gets some shine. Like, what's that one guy? He played Denise's husband on the Bill Cosby Show. I can't think of his name to save my life right now.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The
naval captain. The naval captain.
Yeah, the one that our favorite mom decided to viscerally destroy. I cannot think of his name.
Oh, Elvin?
No, that's not Denise's husband. That's
Elvin.
That's not Denise's husband.
That's
Sandra's
husband.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Sandra's husband.
My apologies.
Yeah.
So you guys remember that Elvin for longest, like someone had brought up a picture of him working at a Trader Joe's, and it's like, dude, you were an actor. You had this going. Why are you working at Trader Joe's? When really it was his choice. What happened after that social media post? That man is right back in his bag doing shows and making impacts.
And who brought him into the fold? Tyler Perry.
Yup.
So again, it's like, say what you want about Tyler Perry, but he makes that for the general audience that comes to see those type of shows. He's not wrong. He's got the formula. You can hate it all you want, but it works.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't handle a man on a dress that can make 20 different plays and counting, if memory serves me right. Yeah. I think he's working on another play.
Yeah. But it works. But yeah, the Last of Us has become Pedro Pascal's all over the place. Let's just put it this way.
Go ahead,
a man held up Disney Plus and HBO Max at the same damn time.
Yep. That part.
Meanwhile, Kang done ran 3 movies in the past 4-5 months.
Wait a minute, and now he's in the movie trailers for the Army. I just came from seeing a movie. He's doing an Army trailer.
And he's going to be in season 2 of Loki. The man's working, all right?
Yeah. Man getting that work.
Like Giancarlo Esposito is in video games. He's in live action shows. The man shows up. At this point, let him play whatever the hell he wants. Let him play God and the devil. I'm here for
I would love to see that.
I want to play Far Cry 6 all over again. Thanks, Chris.
Creative minds at work. But
especially that one speech he gave, it's over slavery. He said
the speech I just seen where he gives Homelander, and I'm like, the balls on this man. And he's looking out the window the entire time. Like, that means he cares nothing about what you can do.
You are simply a mistake.
And walked away. He was like, it's yours. You can have it. See how you like it. And walked away. It was like, you did me a favor, not the other way around. But yeah, Last of Us has become this streaming hit, this cable hit. It's breaking numbers, it's busting records all over the place. And there hasn't been one negative that I've seen, because if it is, the positive is outweighing it by bounds. Each episode reels you in. And this is the beauty of it, because this, like you said, Black Spartan, you have people who's worked on this project for the game. You brought them in to work on the show. Works in theory with what James Gunn is talking about. I believe this was their testing water. Like, can it be done? Because I know there were people who watched it and said, "Oh, they didn't even know." Unless you watched it, like if you're watching it on HBO Max and you get that little few minutes where they show like the behind the scenes and everything, or if you even listen to the podcast and stuff, you don't even know. But when it's announced, and then you hear what James Gunn's announcing, and you're like, "It may not work." No, this shows that it could work
if they listen.
If they listen.
If the right people get out of the way and the right people are behind it, pushing it, it's always supposed to be fine. It's always supposed to be fine.
When you pay attention to the source material and derive from that, then you're fine. I'm looking at you, Mortal Kombat.
If I had that Keenan look where he looks down, that's I would have put that right there.
I'm just saying, Mortal Kombat. It's right there.
Yeah.
Just pointing it out.
So there's definitely been. It's hard to. We have our favorites. That's for sure. We have our favorite performances, which every person that has come into the scenes has had a fantastic performance. It could just be for one episode, but it's a fantastic. It's a Storm Reed is what, 16, 17, somewhere around that age, maybe 18.
I thought she was like 18, 19.
Yeah, she's somewhere in that age, and just watching her body of work, like this girl is killing the game. Her and Marsai Martin are tearing shit up.
Listen,
Disclaimer.
That grown ass woman in that red dress.
I can't. I still see her as a little kid, man.
I know. Marsai Martin, you didn't have to come out the blackish bag like that, but you've been coming out the blackish bag. You've been talking to Zendaya, haven't you? Because y'all two.
There's a club. There is a club,
and I love it.
That's the Black Illuminati, and it's all black women.
Because name a time when Zendaya showed up on the carpet, and I'm like, yo, she just killed that look. Shut that shit down. Let's go. Janelle Monáe, come on this carpet. Shut that shit down. Queen Angela, shut it down. Shut it down. And
all the way.
You look at everybody else, you're just like,
you
and
put
then they walk
on.
into
That's appropriate.
Then they walk in, you're just like, what the hell? But yeah, every person that's been on this show has had these tremendous performances, and I like the fact that they're building your character. They build these characters and they make you care about them. They make you see them. They make you understand their story. And that last episode,
the emotional hook. Once the emotional hook has been put in place,
I hope
that's a hell of an argument.
Y'all already know what we're gonna talk about because spoilers.
It's a hell of an argument.
And I don't see where you can go wrong either way.
Right.
It's just a matter of what you gonna do.
So this is the thing. And now my argument starts with this. You tasked Joel to take Ellie across all these states only to track him down and take her back.
Hell of a fast track, if you ask me.
Like what route did y'all take? You're like,
I'm just saying.
I'm like, did y'all give us the wrong map? Like, we had a car in that? Like, where did you what?
I had people with me. I had a horse.
I had a horse and 2 trucks, and yet you somehow caught up with me. I don't know how to. I was down, stabbed with a stab woman, and somehow you still caught up with me. I don't understand. But the fact that they take Ellie, they realize, okay, we have doctors that can take the cordyceps out because it's in her brain. Make the integers to go and give to everybody, and everybody's immune. This is where Joel's parental instinct and his carnal instinct are now combined. And he's just like, not again.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Not again.
That was a John Wick moment.
It was a John. I'm like, oh,
okay,
my guy.
Okay.
You need to pick up them clips along the way. Like, I don't know if you played the game, but you got to pick up.
I kind of felt like I was like, did you count your shots? I was like, sir, count your shots. That's a revolver.
Right.
He did, because he picked it up right after he killed that. What is it? The third?
There you go.
He was
He
counting.
did.
He knows what he's doing.
Like every third person. Let me just take that.
I love the fact this.
And he
It's
didn't.
like
He didn't
pain.
spray. He didn't waste shots. He
It was
took
counting
his time.
Mm-mm.
I'm like,
It was
oh, yeah,
assassin
you got
time.
this. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it became this argument of, would you have done it to save humanity, or would you have done it to save Ellie?
There's
I
no
don't like
guarantee.
people.
There's no
I'm
I
with
don't
you.
like people.
I'm with you. I'm just like, you know what?
You're a straight
We
man.
can find another way because I'm not letting y'all do this again to me.
No.
I'm along the lines of you can't guarantee that this will cure people. You're just basically taking an educated guess, and if you're still wrong, then you killed a kid.
yeah.
Nah.
You know,
You
I'm
killed my
you mean
kid.
it to- yeah, you're like you killed my kid. My kid dies again, and this I can't do anything, not do anything again. And I'm just kind of like, sound decision.
I
Sound
felt
decision.
someone said this on a different. Someone
Humanity,
said
yeah,
this
they
on-
will evolve eventually. You're right, Queen Jasmine. They'll evolve eventually. We'll let them figure it out.
Someone said this. You think that someone said there and said, why don't you just go seek a second opinion? I was like,
It's not like doctors is coming a dime a dozen in
I
this,
was like,
in this world.
and
right
then
here.
I'm like, you go. This one doctor is like, wait a second. The doctor you see, which again I can't really emphasize enough because it ties to something else. I can't emphasize it ties to something else. But it's like the whole thing of you're the doctor. It's like I pick up a scalpel. You have a gun. I can't let you leave, bruh.
Watch
what
me.
you gonna do?
Okay.
That should have been a moment of I'm taking her with her, bruh. Look,
Yeah.
And that's what the nurses did.
this.
Nurses didn't try.
What we're not gonna do.
You know what I'm saying? The nurses was like, all right, yo.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was instantly what we not gonna do.
Right.
You know one of the nurses was Abby, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The voice actress.
Mhm.
Oh, come on.
I was like,
man.
I'm not saying nothing.
I told you
I'm not
testing
saying
waters.
nothing.
Hey, the
Hey,
funny
I'm not
part
saying
is
nothing.
they
I'm
said
not
that
saying
they
nothing.
said that
I'm not
at the end in the behind the scenes stuff. They sat there and said that was the voice actor for Abby.
Mhm.
So this is testing waters. I'm telling you. The episode prior to that, where they found the town, where the town of survivors found them. Ellie. Oh God, that was traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
It was
When that preacher, teacher, whatever you want to call himself,
I
and
just want you to be loved, Ellie. I was
I'm
like,
like,
And I can-
dude,
I
I
can
said
do
a
it for
14-year-old
you.
just broke your
What I
finger.
do for you.
She
Mhm.
killed your guy with a meat cleaver because y'all were busy arguing if she's infected or not.
Mhm.
Mhm.
She done gave you the slip so many times. You should have quit while you were
He was
ahead.
ahead.
I
Because
think-
see, then when she got her hands on you,
It was right.
everything went black.
Kill Bill music.
That's but once again, you felt for our little bear because she blanked out. Like that was fight or flight.
yeah,
She
fight or flight
blinked,
response,
she
yeah.
blanked out, and it was like, you
Nope.
sick son of a bitch. What? You're
I told
eating
you
people,
no.
and then
1, 2, 3, 14, too many goddamn times.
made
And now
the-
you gonna catch it.
as gruesome as it was, that's exactly where a lot of people's like, oh, this is horrible. I'm like, oh no,
No,
Let's take you over to the PlayStation side and replay that same scene, shall we?
Hello. That's not even the worst of that universe
right.
at all.
And the fact when she walks out and Joel was coming to save her,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, despite all means. And I'm like, man, that antibiotic kicked in real quick, didn't it?
Listen, that's in the game too.
You know, so the fact that he was coming to save her and then he catches up with her and like she saved herself, but he couldn't really save her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she's had to resort to something that she's possibly thought about, but not to that level. Because like
I mean,
fear kicked in and protecting her livelihood kicked in and just everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost kind of goes back to the Left Behind episode where her and her friend were talking. It's like, well, what would happen if you are truly surrounded? You know, what do you really do in that moment where it's just between you and death? What do you do? And she goes, I don't know. I'd probably black out. Lo and behold, fast forward to that moment. where she literally, when it got to the point to where it went that dark route, what did she do? Blacked out. Primal instincts took over. But yeah, it's really interesting that a lot of people are understanding, like, why is this story so intense? I said, think about what this girl has been through in the time period of traveling between states. I mean, you almost got taken advantage of. You almost got killed multiple times. You really got sold off as cargo, if you really want to be honest about it. And at the end of it all, you were about to be dissected and shish kebabbed.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know that part yet, but yeah.
I about to say.
Yeah.
But there was a small change from the game to live action that I appreciate so much, just in what we were talking about. When she is killing David in the game, Joel kind of stops her. He grabs onto her. I love that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I felt like that set up even more so the next episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just even those small changes just make such huge differences. Yeah.
And it emphasized the show. It emphasized the show so much, because I have some people, because, you know, I stay on the dark side of Twitter, where, you know, the folks like to complain. I just want to sit there and see what they complain about. And there were a few. It's like, well, that's not how it happened in the game.
So what?
There's a reason why it's called an adaptation and not an imitation. Because there's a big difference. And you're right. There need to be some changes, because it went with the direction of how the show was doing. Now, the show did run parallel to the game. That's beyond.
For the most part. For the most part.
Yeah. So, I mean, there were some little changes. I mean, they didn't care about Joel's brother's wife. I mean, if they looked in the video game, she was white and blonde haired. He's married to a black woman. He seems happy. I'm not complaining.
And so was Joel, for that matter, because, you know, Sarah. Hello. Hello.
I just love the fact
the brothers must love the Nubians.
I mean, we do put seasoning in there chicken.
I mean, I ain't mad at it. So,
I mean, but again, there was so many great little changes that actually made it work, because they didn't do the attack at the water station. They didn't do the attack at the hydro plant. They didn't lead to that. They didn't need to. Again, unnecessary. They didn't do. They didn't really do Joel's basement run, where he's trying to find Ellie and runs into the bloater. They didn't do that one per se. They actually add that up as far as the bloater being part of the swarm. So yeah,
they didn't do the school.
Still makes it work.
Yeah, they didn't do the school.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, I missed Bill.
Which? Because I think, didn't they do a little bit of the school?
They did not.
No, not that.
That's what Bill's run.
Yeah, Bill's run was a school.
Yeah,
that's where he was still complaining about. You brought them all here.
Yes, I can't lie. I missed Snarky Bill, though. I cannot lie to you.
It was. I think it probably would have been too much Ron Swanson. For the record, look up Ron Swanson running away giggling. It's
what?
It will absolutely make your day.
Okay.
If you look up, so sidebar, when Nick Offerman plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation, when he's giggling, he's up to no good.
Yeah.
And it's when he's at his best. And when there's a scene where he giggles and he's running off, it's like a little kid.
It's like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah. And it's the most infectious giggle, because you can't help but laugh, because you know he's up to no good. But yeah, you gotta look that up. Ron Swanson giggling. Like, you're just like, this is insane.
It is hilarious.
It is.
Yeah.
I was laughing at that about 10 minutes straight. I'm like, why am I still watching this?
It's that funny.
It is. But yeah, this is really a great adaptation of this show, down to the character breakdowns and how they're portraying. They really got a lot of great actors that come out their bag, and they really got some voice actors to once again come out their bag. And I believe this is the testing waters going forward for Warner Brothers, because at least for the DC side anyway.
I'm gonna say because they are doing I mean, Resident Evil is still coming out with another. Well, there's a CGI, so you can get away from that. They're not.
Do it
Let me stress this very heavily. The CGI Resident Evil movies are fine.
Okay, those
the
are good.
live action ones, terrible.
Dumpster fire.
Look,
it's nothing against Mila Jovovich. I like seeing a female, a strong female kicking ass. I love it. I absolutely love it. However,
18 live action version?
However,
Hunter too. That's what made me mad.
Yeah. However, when you steer so far from the source material that it's not even the same.
Exactly.
How do you give Paul Wes Anderson that much money to write the same movie 5 times?
Because you think you're going to get money, and they
ask the team over at Fast and the Furious. I don't.
that part.
Because that part. It's about family.
It's about family. That's your tagline. It's about family.
To go into space. That freaking part.
I'm just once you saw Two Brothers in Space, and it had to be Tyrese and Ludacris. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even mad at this point.
I'm here to see if it actually happens and what's the reaction to it. That's what it was.
I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for the inevitable clash of somehow a Charger is going to go against the tank. That's what I'm waiting for.
I swear to God,
I'm waiting for that to happen.
They better not bring Optimus in this. They got enough problems of their own. But before we get out of here, what is everybody's score rating 1 to 10 on Last of Us? And we'll start with you, Geek Heart.
Oh my God. 9.5. 9.5.
Solid. Lady Mandalore.
Because I haven't played the video game, no notes. Like 9.8.
9.8.
No notes.
Black Spartan.
9.5.
9.4 is very fair. It is. I look forward to it. I'll wait patiently because right now we still have the Mandalorian.
Oh my God, I forgot it was on. Oh my God.
Wait, no, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. No, it's Tuesday. It comes out Wednesday. It's tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a lot of Pedro to go around. It's just a lot. He's popping up everywhere. I'm like, yo, how would you? And then you're at the okay, well, that's why I put that meme up of maybe you should have watched The Last of Us and you wouldn't have been disappointed. So yeah, 9.5 for me. One, if not one of the best forms of adaptations for a video game.
Yeah.
They crossed it over very well. They have some great actors. Because Jesus, they really came out and showed out. The makeup alone, like it's one of those. And if you've ever seen the concept art, the concept and the art, if you get a chance to really look at it and see how detailed, you're just like, yo, they're just getting better and better, and I'm here for it. Queen Jasmine gives it a 9.8.
All right.
So that makes it across the board like a solid 10. It's damn near 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I'm here for this. I was on the fence because that's why I said in the group chat, I said, should we have gotten 10 episodes or I don't know. I think HBO Max has learned their lesson with Game of Thrones. But see, in the fall of that, like they gave us 10, and then that last season, you turned around and gave us what 7 or something like that. Y'all, you handicapped us severely, and it didn't fare well. Nobody liked the final season.
They didn't have to wrap the story. They didn't have to wrap it. They could have just left it open ended. But that's just me.
No, they could not. There's no way they were going to leave that open ended.
Only upside. Arya Stark, only upside for the last season.
Listen,
House
of Stark, boy.
I ain't mad at Jon Snow neither, but
it's off frame, but it's there.
You're right. Queen Jazz will never forgive them. You're right. We'll never forgive them.
So they still,
and we will never forget.
I'm sorry. John and Ned, as much as I'm a Stark fan, John and Ned had multiple opportunities. Ned could have just off Cersei and we wouldn't have had this problem. That's all I'm saying.
It's a man of
Ned
honor,
could
sir.
have all
Man
surgery
of honor.
right there in front of his bro, and the king would have been like,
Well, here's the thing: Ned is a man of honor, and it's played by Sean Bean. It was just, it was
It's not-
there.
he's
It
not
was,
known to this
it was,
world.
it was gonna
John,
happen.
Come on, John. Everybody's telling you to take the throne, sir.
Just do it.
Take the goddamn throne.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So
Facts.
before we get out of here, we're gonna get our sign off on. We're gonna start with our resident writer, Geek by Heart. Tell them where everybody can find you.
What's up? This is Lane from Geek by Heart. Me and my husband does movie reviews, and he loves DC, and he's coming out with his project soon. So please tune in to Geek by Heart on YouTube. I also write for any horror movies that I'm seeing. I definitely just wrote for Scream for Blurred's Eye View, so check his website out. And I also did my review on it also on Geek by Heart on YouTube. So just check us
And-
out. IG, let's go.
Every time Lainey has her like a quick review, I'm like, I gotta see what she say. I gotta see. And that's not because she writes for the site. It's just like, no, I gotta. It
No.
matters.
Yeah.
I
You
gotta see
watch
what she
horror
has to
movies, so you don't have to.
say.
There you go. There you go.
I put in text plenty of times. I'm glad you told me that, because see, now
Facts.
you've saved me time. Like
Yep.
I honestly can say there have been horror films that I've seen that I'm just like, I will never get this time back.
Listen,
Ever.
Terrifier. Terrifier.
Yeah, you took one for the team on that one twice. I was like, Jesus. She went in on that one, man. I was just
Oh,
like,
man.
wow. I'm like,
That's
okay.
funny.
She took all the curiosity I had and sucked it right out the room. It was just like, yep, I'm not curious anymore.
Mm-mm.
Oh man. All right. Lady Mandalore.
Hi, Lady Mandalore here for Room Full of Blurs. I am on social media platforms such as Twitter, but the Room Full of Blurs does not have the 2 O's in it. I also have a chat room every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on an app called Fanbase. Come by, enjoy, have fun, talk nerd stuff. I also have a podcast, which I finally released my 3rd episode of Child of Mandalore. It is on Spotify. It is on Apple Podcasts. It's on
The everywheres.
everywhere. It's under your bed.
It's under-
I'm very proud of this episode. Actually, if you listen to my first 2 episodes, they are right, but this 3rd episode,
Oh, it gets better. Trust me.
I broke my foot off in that bad boy. Okay.
I would tell you.
All
I would
right.
tell you this. I would tell you this. When I started out, DC would tell you, like, no facial hair. I look like a thumb. I didn't really. I'm like, yo, wow. I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. Babyface Nelson style. Nah, never.
Babyface.
Never.
Don't call me babyface.
Oh man, yeah, never do that again. Oh man, Black Spartan, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, I am Black Spartan. Of course, you can find me Blackbox447 on all socials. I usually do reviews on everything that I play, that I read, that I watch, and even gym stuff, because I do a couple push-ups. I am also got Hope podcast of my own. Of course, my political podcast called How the Frack We Got Here every Wednesday and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I also have another podcast that goes by the name of Get Bit Podcast with my co-host Joe Tonello, also every Friday, and that can be found on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I am also one of the writers for the Blurred's Eye review site for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out Miss Kenny for that one, as we're getting close to WrestleMania. And of course, the ongoing debate on who's better, Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair. That was fun. It really was.
Team
So
Jade. But you can't lose neither way.
you kind of could, but that's not that's a whole other story. Anyway, that being said, guys, trying to finish this.
You forgot this was the petty episode. Like,
Yes, it is. And that's
the people asked for us back for a special episode. I have a right to be petty.
All right.
I'm just trying to avoid going into that rant about Jade Cargill because I just came out of it. But no, aside from that, guys, I like to say in 2023, simply put, first and foremost, there is no competition. everybody's running their own lanes. Everybody's running their own races. The one thing that I really do wish people would do is that if you see somebody that has achieved a goal, has gotten a bag, has gotten recognition, is well on their way to getting to where they want to be, just congratulate them. Yeah, I mean, you don't gotta be full on, that's my bestie, or you go sis, or whatever the catchphrase is these days, but just say congratulations. There is no need to be salty just because somebody got to something and you don't know what the work they put in. You don't know how far, you don't know the blood, sweat, and tears they put in to get into that. But there is no need to be salty because guess what? When your time comes up, you probably want somebody to tell you congratulations too. So again, don't be salty. Aside from that, guys, there is no competition. I am rooting for everybody, especially my Black and seasoned Mayo and Latino heat and Asian persuasions. You know who all of you are.
Latino heat. Latino heat.
I
couldn't help it.
Oh,
Shout out
God.
to Eddie Guerrero.
But yeah, it's like, I support you. I will share stuff. If you got stuff that's in a 4X that doesn't feel tight on me, I'll probably buy it. Yes, I'm talking to you, Roots of Fight, because you had me looking like a Hulk. You had me looking like the Incredible Hulk in a turtleneck this morning.
Did it come from overseas? It came from overseas, didn't it?
No, it came from here and it was a 4X. I thought it was fine. I was like this. I mean, muscles and all the stuff was all good and whatnot, but I couldn't move. And then
your wife didn't mind, and you probably
I was about to say,
It
was all good for it, I'm sure.
She asked you, who you getting dressed up for? That was
Right.
the question.
Let me tell you something. I sit there and said, honey, does this look tight on me? Yeah. I'm up here.
She said, now you know how it feels.
Chris, he was in my head for that one.
What color are my eyes?
Trust me, my wife says the same thing. Why is it? I'm like, it's 20 years. Why wouldn't I? That's the question.
Right. But aside from that, the last thing I got to say, guys, in this very long outro, is that I just have one rule about social. I am a very friendly person, depending on who you talk to, because some people might see me as nice, some people may see me as petty, some people may see me as a a-hole. I just return the energy you get back to me. So, again, don't be a dick. We'll all be cool.
And there it is. I told y'all, one night only. This was supposed to be our 2-week break. We come back on the 28th. But the people asked. Thank you. Lady Mandalore did a post, and I actually made a slight suggestion, and she was like, not really. And then all of a sudden, the post she made, people were asking for us. So number one, thank you. And I'm not meaning that in a sarcastic way. Like, no, thank you. That means you're watching us. That means you're supporting us. That means you're looking out for us. That means our opinions matter to you. Yeah. And we entertain you, and we encourage you, and we entertain you. Like the tagline. But if this is your first time here, go to IG, Blurred's Eye View, right there in the tag. You'll find the link in the bio to send you to all the great places, including Facebook, Blurred's Eye View Podcast. You can also catch us on Opulence Radio, free app, download. You can listen to old episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays all day long. Piss your boss off. You can also catch us on Twitch, Blurred's Eye View 1. You can also catch us where? Always Press Record TV. You can catch us now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Go to alwayspressrecord.com, download the app, and you'll get us and all these great episodes. You can catch us everywhere all the time. The sky's the limit. Who said we was done? Because I didn't. I was like, what's going on? Mr. Deacon in the building. What's going on? Thank you for the love, Queen Jasmine. This has been a great one, and I never had any doubts, but we had to answer the call. Hence well, I don't have that shirt on, but you see the logo behind me. I had to represent the kingdom, and then so shout out to Queen Angela Bassett. We appreciate you. You have our full and admonished love and appreciation. We see you. I'm Way Anime. Thank you.
Hey, what's up?
We appreciate you, Queen Jasmine. You don't need the Oscars to validate you. We will. We've been giving you your flowers. As a matter of fact, you deserve the whole garden, the whole field, all of it. And you in one day, they probably recognize it on the other side. But don't worry, because every room you've walked in, we sat up straight, our spines them tightened up. Our English has become perfect.
We speak with pronunciation and enunciation like
Yes.
you'll never believe your
Ty
mouth.
showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like we don't know what's going on. I know how to tie Windsor knots and everything. So I'm just saying, we appreciate you. Shout out to all the winners, of course. Shout out to Brendan Fraser, Kiwan Kwan. They well earned, well deserved. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The Whale. Great movies. Check them out when you can. You won't be disappointed. If you have not seen Wakanda Forever, you need to watch it just to see what we mean by Queen Jasmine or by Queen Angela's. Queen Angela's rendition, and how much more it means even now after what we've seen. This is Queen Gate. That's what this episode is. This is Queen Gate. And as Michael B. and Jonathan Major said, hey, Auntie, we love you. Until we come back on the 28th, we're going to enjoy the rest of our break, but you're still going to see a lot of stuff coming from us. Different venues, different every areas. You'll just check us out. Follow us on all the things, on all the social sites, on all the YouTubies, as the kids say. You spend some time in front of the screen. Get some culture. Get some culture. Until we come back on the 28th, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I am Chris Fury, the man on the wall, with this amazing team that I could not do this without. But until we see you guys again, we're out of here.
Bye.